Like, subscribe, snack on.
Yeah, like, subscribe, snack on. I made that last week as just kind of little intro with the loading tab. So, what's up, everybody? How y'all doing? We've got a guest tonight. Said Stevie's joining us in. Let's see.
Howdy.
Angelo, first comment. How you doing at 5:32 p.m.? I don't know if Angelo's still here, but what is up? Ground Fog. Cole made it on time tonight.
What up, Cole?
Crispy Critter. Not pork rinds. Not pork rinds tonight. I got a much more delicious snack. Goondocks. How you doing? Todd Carr.
What's up? The sour diesel. That's hilarious. Goondocks. What's going on, brother?
What's up, Neil McKinsey? How you doing? Pocket Razors. Todd Carr. Todd Carr's in the house.
TC. What's up, Pocket Razors? Hey, oh, look at Angelo is here.
I just saw that. Angelo, have you been around since 5:30? Just like chilling, just waiting. My life's not that exciting, but I appreciate it. That'd be cool.
Neil, earlier in Maddie's life, you said you were limping home. Did you, were you injured today?
Did you make it home?
Yeah, and you just laying on the side of the road.
Yeah. Logging onto a live just to see if someone can come get him.
That's a little better.
Angelo, yes, waiting around, holding my breath.
What up, Mark?
What's up, Mark Parks? How you doing?
Pocket Razors is here.
Nice.
Our brother to the south of Oregon. Hey, there was someone over the weekend that said they were in the PNW and they wanted to meet up with us all at some point. I didn't know where they were, and I'm trying to remember who it was now.
I don't know who it was.
It was someone in the Gear Clowns, or Gear Goons, I'm sorry. I forget who it was, though. Those silly goons. I did say to each side, I said this to both people that I'm about to say this about. I said, I'm really tired of listening to the crying donut community versus Gear Clowns war of 2024. They both chuckled. Yeah. Anyway, I don't want to, get into it, but I did both call them both out. And someone had to make fun of it at some point. I'll be that person.
Yeah. I just kind of ignored it for a while, and then it got to a point where like you'd log on to one of their lives and just like listen, and then they would just talk about it. I'm like, okay, I'm done.
Yeah, and I look. It's okay to be mad at one another, but don't divide the community over it.
Yes, exactly.
Community, speak up. Say, we will not have any of this. Enough with your shenanigans. We can be friends with both sides.
You limp home every day. Do you alternate days, like to make your shoes last longer? You only wear a left shoe one day and then a right shoe the other day, so you limp because each foot's a little bit longer.
I think Neil just admitted what he does for work. He's clearly a pimp.
He's walking around with his cane. He's got his little limp.
Yep.
That's awesome.
Good for you, Goondocks. Good for you. It's what you get, dude. It's what you get. You want to talk the pickles at me? I'm hitting you back with the spiders. You showed me your vulnerable side, Cole, and I just went for it, man.
There was no holding back there.
Cole confided a moment to us. I was like, oh, I'm exploiting the heck out of that.
I've got a chocolate vanilla swirl cake with a vanilla icing for my snack tonight.
So I put it in the chat earlier, and I'm not joking. I ordered some room service tonight and some chicken tendies and some fries. And look what they included.
A pickle.
So if we can get Work Life Balance to 10,000 subs tonight, I will eat this whole thing.
Tell your friends, tell your family, tell everybody. Come sub now. And then we can have Stevie eat a pickle.
Yep. And that goes for the duration of the, however long this is going to be.
So, loophole, I'll just never stop the live. It'll keep going forever.
I'm going to be retired having to eat a pickle.
What's up, Kathleen? How you doing?
Hey, what's up, Kathleen?
Yeah, I see Kathleen Smith.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Autumn Wind, yeah. What's up? Got some. Don't do us.
Pocket Razors is on your side.
Oh.
Yes, it will. It will be one very moldy pickle.
Ew. Ugh. Moldy pickle.
Mm-mm.
Kathleen,
I'm here. Yes, I think. I think I'm here. Yes. I got this.
Pocket Razors. We stand united. Appreciate you, Mark.
I got the Caviso Key Mini from Ray Laconico from Lefty's Pass Around. It's pretty sweet. I like it. But I pulled out a couple other Laconicos that I have in my collection just to mess around with them when I got this, and I was like, it's a Laconico knife. I mean, it's good. There's nothing really you could say. Like, there are a couple things that I think are personal preference that I looked at it and I was like, oh, I would do this or that, but like, I can't find anything really like to fault about it other than the fact that it is just boring.
I wonder how he feels about being known. That's what he's known for, and it's. I don't mean when I say it, I don't mean it out of disrespect.
No,
he nails perfectly executed, boring knives, but there are good. Like the last one I had in the Sokashi,
the Sakoki.
The Skokie, yeah. I had the brown micarta one in. Mm-hmm. That knife is fabulous.
Yeah, I really like this. It's one of my favorites.
Was that a Wii or a Civivi? I don't remember.
Civivi.
Yeah, and then he's got a premium version with Wii, I think that's similar.
Correct, yeah.
But, even like some of the Monterey Bay Knives stuff, they are perfectly boring.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Did you see Todd Cartu? So you're telling us how much it'll take for Stevie to pickle? Now we know this man has a price to start the negotiations.
Hey, if I can get my man to 10K, I think I'm willing to compromise my disgust for.
Yeah.
I mean, just me to sit here is I'm not a fan of.
Yeah. I will say the pickle that I ate last week, it was a Seattle company, and they had it was all done in Seattle, grown in Seattle, pickled in Seattle, all that stuff, and it was actually really good. And I had the spicy one. It was a habanero pickle, and it didn't taste like pickle. It just had like a spice kick to it, which was really good. But
Man,
But for you, it's the crunch. You don't like the crunch, huh?
yeah, I don't like the crunch of a pickle.
Yeah.
I was
What's up, Kyle?
I was a complete zombie on the little bit that I popped into your live last week. I ended up still not sleeping on the plane at all.
Mm-hmm.
It was, that was the longest 36 hours of my life. I mean, in all actuality, it wasn't. It was exactly the same length as the other 36 hours, but it took forever.
Yeah. I feel like when you do that, though, it just throws your whole circadian rhythm out, and you're gone. And like you said before we started, it's a young man's game of like, you got to have some of that routine to stay recovered. When I went home this weekend, we played kickball with my family. We played kickball on Saturday. It took me until Tuesday before I was like walking normal and everything, because I was like, oh, my back, my leg, my foot. And like, I really didn't even do anything. We did win, so that was important.
Nice.
And I beat my little brother, so that was good. But yeah, I was just like, man, it drove me crazy.
Kyle, are you guys going to be part of the cicada apocalypse that's coming in this summer? Are they going to make its way to Ohio?
Circadian rhythm, not cicada, like the bug.
I know Vince is scared to death right now.
Really?
Alabama's going to get hit hard.
That's hilarious. I used to try and hunt for them when we were down in Tucson. Those things are really hard to find. You'll be in a tree and you can hear like 10 of them. And I'm like, they're somewhere in here, but I can't find them. They're just like hiding under the bark. It would drive me crazy. I do have a package to open up, but I was going to wait to see if Maddie pops in because I think this is something he's going to like and want to see. See if he pops in the chat. Or I sent him a link if he pops up too, but yeah. I'm not out of snacks already, Steve. I'm eating a chocolate vanilla swirl cake with like a vanilla frosting. Steve, the Monterey Bay knife that he got that you did the link on, that thing looks awesome.
It's good. It's too small for me.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's virtually the same size as the Sea Otter.
Mm-hmm.
The handle's a little bit thinner, and I do like a thin handle sometimes. It's just a little too small, but it's done really well. Sanford, I think, did a great job on the design, and it's light. It's like 2.7 ounces.
That's awesome.
It's so light.
Steve Clare has like some of the best luck when it comes to some of those drops. Like, I don't know how he gets all these really cool. I mean, I'm glad he does, but like there's some where I'm like, I didn't even know that was dropping. Right. And then he's like, no, I picked this up. They're all sold out. Like, goodness gracious.
You should have seen Ethan just salivating over Steve's collection.
Did he go over to Steve's house and check it out?
Yeah, we went back to Steve's after breakfast, and Ethan was like, "Oh my, man!" Ethan he came strapped.
Really?
Dude, that guy, the fixed blade collection that guy's got is ridiculous. Yeah, he brought a bunch of knives to the to the Buzzin. But then we went back to Steve Clare's. He's gonna ruin a bunch of Steve's knives.
I was gonna say I thought I heard you earlier saying that Ethan was gonna sharpen some of Steve Clare's knives. So
it's an unfortunate size. Yeah, I like small knives. I do like small knives. Like, to me, still the best small knife out there is the Dapper, the Vox Dapper.
Yeah,
it's the Blade HQ exclusive. That's what made me realize I can get by with 99% 99% of the stuff that I do, I can get by with just a little knife.
Mhm.
That knife is perfect. It's small. I can only get 3-finger grip on it, but it's still it's perfect. I wish I liked. I mean, I love the cane, but it's just a little too small.
I've
Ooh,
done
so
quite
you developed some wicked lock stick.
Yeah.
So Kathleen, how comfortable are you with
Taking apart your knife.
taking apart your knives for one? Two, does it? Oh, Kyle just put it right there. Has the lock moved further over than closed, or just tougher to push? There's a couple of things. Typically, though, you're gonna probably need to. What knife is it? For one, don't be intimidated. You can definitely do it. Knives are not as complicated as you think they might be. Or I'm not trying to say you do think they're complicated, but it's easily remedied. Might just need to give it a little TLC.
What's
You
up,
might need
Joe?
to rub a little graphite on the lock face.
Just get a pencil, like an actual pencil.
Like a number 2 graphite pencil.
Mm-hmm. No, I've been doing more small knives myself just because of Seattle and everything. But I will carry a big one occasionally too. And that same thing. Like I've realized I can do so much with a well-designed small knife that you don't have to have a massive one.
Right. Okay, so Kathleen, I've never handled a mini Praxis. However, that's a Civivi, right?
Yes.
Those are as basic as they come. I'm willing. It's got the pivot screw, and then 2 body screws on either side that probably go through the back spacer, and then the pocket clip screws. And you probably don't even have to remove the pocket clip. Oh, you've tried the pencil. Yeah, and you might need to take it apart, and just give it a little TLC.
I used to have a green mini Praxis somewhere around here.
Ryan F.
I really I cleaned out this whole area. Now I have like 90% of my knives right here in a little thing right in front of me. And it's nice to have them all here.
Joe, Kathleen has a mini Praxis that's developed some lock stick.
First thing I tried is the Q-tip and the lock face.
Yep.
Might have some oil on it.
It's got a creep. Yeah.
Surprisingly professional. Kyle, to the rescue.
Yeah. Yeah, Kathleen, a little TLC will go a long way. And just don't be scared to get in there and give it some elbow grease. Just keep the elbow grease off the lock face.
Yeah.
I had pretty good luck throughout all my knives with no significant lock stick until I got the Harsey folder. And I was like, no, please don't let this be the problematic knife. And then it didn't get better. It got worse to where I literally, I had to force I thought I was going to damage it.
Yeah.
So I took it apart. And so the advice about using a real graphite number 2 pencil is real. So I was like, oh, I'll just, put some lead on it. I was like, oh, we don't have any pencils. I went to Zoe and was like, hey, you got a pencil, right? She's like, yeah. She hands me a mechanical pencil, and I'm like, well, this got to be graphite. I'm sure it's fine. It wasn't doing anything. Then I tried the Sharpie, didn't do anything. Then I finally broke down and went and bought a pack of number 2 pencils from the dollar store. What do you know? Took it right away. Took it like instantly. It went away.
That's awesome.
And then it completely wore itself in. And now I took it apart, cleaned it. There's no graphite on it at all, and there is 0 lock stick.
That's awesome. Yeah, I think whoever had my Harsey first did that because it came like really, really, really well done already. The only thing I had to do with the 3.25 is I took the washers out and I like put the washers on a diamond plate for a little bit, rubbed them around, and then put them on like a little strop and polished it up a little bit just to get better action from it. Because the lock was fine, but I could tell the action wasn't like snappy coming in or at least coming down like that. And so,
or you can take the Ed approach. If it fails, just throw it on the ground. Or in a lake.
Throw it in a lake. That's the best place for it, actually. The water will loosen everything up in there.
Crispy, or Dave showed it in one of his videos, but Crispy got his hollow done on his Harsey folder.
Really?
It looks wicked. Yeah, it looks wicked.
From Sachi Dave?
Yeah. Did you ever meet up with Dave when you were down there?
No.
No.
There was one Arizona knife meetup that happened when I was down there, and I wasn't able to make it because
they did that at Yonen's, right?
Mm-hmm, I think so. And Yonan was the one who let me know, like, oh, hey, you're in Arizona? Well, there's a bunch of us in Arizona. I'll add you to this group. So added me to the group with everyone and stuff. And I just wasn't able to make it. And then there was one that got canceled right before I left. But yeah, I didn't even know about it, to be honest, until maybe like the last 4 or 5 months that I was there. So, and then everyone is so spread out in Arizona because it's like there's not a lot. Yeah, so everyone's spread out because of the desert thing and all that stuff. So it makes it a little bit harder to get together as frequently.
Kyle, I can't. I haven't wanted to part with it, so I haven't sent it to Dave yet. But I definitely need to send it to him and Dave did he kept it thicker, hollow thicker at the tip with Crispies, I think, and was thinner through the belly. Like that's exactly how I like I like my hollows.
Yeah.
Yep, Todd. Yep. Taking things apart and cleaning it goes a long way.
I had some knives that I had just sitting here for I hadn't touched in a while, and I oiled some up, like the blades and stuff, so there wouldn't gain any rust just sitting there. Not that I was worried about too many of them, because most of them are some sort of semi-premium steel that's going to have corrosion resistance, and they're just sitting in a toolbox, not like in a very humid environment or anything like that. But I took some out that had just been sitting there for a while, and they were just stiff from just sitting there and like dust gathering in them. So I took them apart, just cleaned them off, and then they were like brand new.
Yeah. Neil, were you at the one at Cue Balls? Was the one that Doug Ritter went to? When I interviewed Dougie, when Nebby Cloud was on there, and Maddie was supposed to be on Maddie's channel, and Katie ended up having to go to the hospital that day, so Maddie couldn't do it. And so, yeah, that's where. Do you mind if I call you Dougie? He's like, Doug will do just fine. And the smartass in me almost went, all right, Dougie. Anyway, I can't be disrespectful to Doug Ritter. Then I waited till he was gone. It's like, cue ball. Did Doug take a dump at your house? He's like, he actually took 2. and then hashtag Ritter shitter started. I was like, oh no.
That's where my mind went. Goondocks. Mind if I call you Dougie? Doug will do fine. Got it, Dougie Fresh.
6 minutes, Dougie Fresh, you're on.
Before we jumped on, my 3-year-old found my little like knife case. I was like, hey, can I open this? And I was like, do you know how? And he was like, yeah, let me show you. I was like, all right, cool. So he opened it up. And then he's like, I'm not going to touch anything, but can you show me your knives? And I was like, yeah, sure. And he's like, what's that one? So I'd pull it out and show it to him and put it away. What's that one? Pull it out and show it to him and give him away. My wife came in and she was like, is that the smartest thing to be showing a 3-year-old? I was like, yeah.
It's not the dumbest thing.
Exactly. I was like, he knows not to touch them. But I have a Cobalt toolbox. It's like 30 inches tall by maybe like, I don't know, 24 inches wide, 28 inches wide, and like 16 inches deep. And it's lime green. And I found one of the like mini Cobalt toolboxes in lime green for Ezra, and he's got it in his room with all of his little knives in it now. It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool.
Oh yeah, Joe. Have you gotten him any of the, like, Orion Knives has that wood knife kit? I think Spyderco's got a wood knife kit.
We got him a Spyderco one, and the thing is like he'll see me use my knives, and then he'll take his like wood knife and he'll like go into a box and like try and cut it, and like and then he'll break the blade on it.
Yeah.
And he's broken 2 wood blades because he's like trying to actually cut with it or like open boxes or pry stuff. So we got him some of these like little G10 ones. Yeah. And so he'll open it up and he'll put his 2 thumbs on the backside to like close it and mess with it. And these ones do a little bit better because they're harder for him to break. But the wood ones are really cool. We've got him some of the magnetic wood ones, like my Arius.
Yeah, the Magnafold ones.
Yeah, so we've got him some like this that he'll get in that position, and then he'll be like, look, Dad. And then he closes it. And I'm like, yeah, way to go, buddy. And so, yeah. But he's got a small collection. And then I've got one of the like baby Elementums. So when he gets a little bit older, I'll give that to him.
Kyle, I haven't talked to David in a hot minute. Outside of just basic Apex pass around group stuff. But I was just on Orion Knives, and because I was thinking about getting a couple of those knife kits, and looked, and there's nothing on there, so I don't know what's going on with that.
I was looking a while ago when I think it was about a month ago when we talked to like Cheeto and everyone about like, because I've been looking for a new fixed blade, a decent fixed blade to carry, and I was looking. I knew they had theirs, and I went to Orion to see like, oh, let's see if that's dropped yet, but nothing.
Yeah,
but I want something that's going to be not massive though. Like I'm half tempted to just reach out to like Keith and be like, hey, this is kind of what I'm looking for. Do you have anything that you've made in the past like this? What's it going to cost? Can we make something? Yeah.
There's Aries.
I know his books are closed right now.
Right.
But I heard you talking about that earlier, and so I was looking at. We were at the hospital with Joyce earlier, so she's all free and clear. Leg is healed. Doesn't have to wear the boot. Yeah, doesn't have to wear the boot anymore. She's good to go. It's fast.
Jeez.
Mm-hmm.
Man, you got those good genes.
I think it's just because she's only 18 months. They heal so fast. Kids heal so fast. But no, yeah, she healed pretty fast, and so we were excited. But on the way home, I was like listening so that I got home and I was looking up Aries stuff and everything. I put notifications on so when he drops a video, if it's one of the books are open video, I could reach out. Crispy, that's cool that Moses carried a Boker. Since I was 07, I carried a Boker. Hawkbill.
Yeah. That's Kyle ribbon on Crispy.
I think he's saying that Crispy's great grandpa was Moses.
Yeah. Back when your grandpappy parted the Red Seas.
Exactly.
Oh, Crispy.
My kid was trying to do this one earlier because I was holding his knife and just doing that.
Yeah.
And he was like, I can do it. And then he kept throwing it like across the room. I was like, you stop trying that now. Yeah. If you guys haven't, you should check out. I'm not one who's usually like, go watch my video. But if you haven't, you should watch the video that I posted called Ezra's Adventure. It's about the 3-year-old Ezra, my son. We went home this last weekend and he was searching for gold. So we made a little home video and I posted it on there so my family could watch it. But I figured some of y'all might see it too. It's pretty cool. My sister like made a map for him, and then grandpa got a bunch of stuff together for him and got like a little metal detector, like a kid's metal detector, and like an actual treasure chest, and buried it and stuff. And so it was pretty sweet.
Yeah, that's awesome, man.
Got a Grail knife today, knife nut.
Oh, you got a brat.
Nice. Very nice.
I take it that'll be your first CKF. Careful. CKFs will make you go down a rabbit hole.
Yeah. Dangerous, expensive.
Yep. God, what's the they just did another drop of the or pre-order. It's the Marfione CKF stiff D10. Adam's got one. And God, what's it called? Kyle, what's the Marfione CKF? I that's the CKF I really want. I'm gonna have to look that up. What was that called? CKF.
Man.
MC Blades got them. The Sakasha.
Oh.
Yes, Kyle. Yes. Kyle, did you know that or did you just Google it? I knew to Google it. But, man, that's not one that when I look at on, like on a thumbnail, looks very particular to me. But then when I handled Adams at breakfast one morning, oh, it's so good.
Yeah.
It's so good.
Kyle, did you get rid of all your CKF?
Both. I had the Evo 3.0 and I absolutely loved it, but I had to start moving some things along, and Papa Reno was like, do not sell that knife to anybody else. Like, yeah. You want it, it's yours, man.
Yeah.
I was kind of bummed because I gave it to him at table.
Yeah.
Because at the time they were going for like $300 more than what I paid. And I was like,
I could do something.
all good.
Yeah. I want an Evo one because it's a CKF and it's probably the only one that I like really really want. But two, since I've got the Padre, it's like the biggest comparison is the Evo, and so I want to get an Evo just to have both of them like side by side and be able to say. But
I promise you, saying the Padre is like the Evo 3.0 is like saying that Kubi Titius is like an Arius.
It's like an Arius.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I agree, though, man. It is an absolute gorgeous, especially the DLC.
Yeah.
But I just didn't carry it.
There are people who have both of them in like the Kunu group or in some of the others, and they say they're pretty dang close. I haven't ever held one, so I don't know. But I do think that there's a different level of production when you step up to like CKF or even like I just had it a second ago, like this Ragnarok that I have.
Yeah.
There's just a different level of production that comes together with it. Then I'm like, you've got some of the same materials in this knife as you do like some of these other ones, but the way that it's put together, the way that it's just like machined and there's so much. Yeah. There's just something different about it. It just feels different. You can tell it's tuned nicer.
Dang, Crispy. Those are two big heavy hitters, man. Where'd you track down the PM back to Tanto? I hope you got a good deal on it. I hope you didn't have to play those ridiculous aftermarket prices.
Yeah.
Kyle, yes. Agreed. Now, I mean, honestly, like I would rather get something like the Ragnarok than a CKF. But the Sriracha is really nice, man. I really do like that.
Yeah. What's up, Carco? Yeah, I want.
Hey, Carco.
I think the next it's hard because one of the knives that I really, really like right now that I want to get my hands on is the Utzler Duck or the Duckling. I don't know what the size difference is going to be on either of them. I'm assuming it's going to be similar to like the Shirogorov like Neon versus like the Quantum.
Very, very much so.
Yeah, and this is one of my favorite carry knives. I love this size. I really like this knife. And so like I want to get like a duck or a duckling, and but anytime I see like versions that I want, they're gone like that. Like they like on all the groups, they're for sale for less than 15 minutes, and then someone's like PM sent, sold. So
I think it was Jake Bearded Gear when I talked to him at, I don't remember which blade show it was, but he had his Utzler. He's got the duck.
Yeah.
And I really did dig it.
Yeah. What's up, Paul Mills? What's up, Shark Guy? I didn't see you in here. Josh Branson, how you doing?
Carco is the name that I think everybody has done high-end business with Carco. If you're in the high-end knife game, Carco's name's gonna come up.
Yeah.
What up, Josh? Oh. Also, Joe, did the weather calm down around you? No,
You still got sirens going off?
Yeah.
I've got Loot working on another design for me.
Kyle, are you talking about Evan Knife Ninja? EJ.
Buddies with Evan. I don't think so. Maybe. If this is an Evan who has lots of Utzlers, then I would like to be buddies with him.
The only Evan I know is Knife Ninja. Yeah.
Yeah, he had a duck he was selling. Always has bangers. That's good to know.
Evan's a dude. I met him at Blade West. Didn't know him very well at all, just kind of in passing. And then ended up being in line with him and talked a ton with that dude. He's cool as shit. Him and Patina are homies.
Nice.
I think they live right by each other. Do a bunch of stuff together. Back to normal. Good. Hey, God, speaking of crazy weather, I woke up this morning a little bit late and had to freaking scrape my windows. We had a freaking ice over back home.
That sucks. That sucks. Did you guys get snow the other day?
No, but it felt like it was going to.
Okay. Because I got home on. Were you here Monday?
Yes.
Okay. I got home Monday from Tri-City. Well, we got home Sunday, but we spent Monday here from Tri-Cities, and one of my coworkers lives in Marysville area, and they were like, it was snowing on us. And I was like, what? They're like, yeah, it was super centralized just right for our area, but it snowed on us for like 2 hours. And I was like, that sucks.
So Marysville truly is a weird, it's the center of the convergence zone.
Oh, okay.
And so it can literally be doing one thing in Marysville, and then 2 blocks north, it's not. 2 blocks south, it's not.
That's what he was saying.
I've had it snow at my house, and there's no snow. Where like I have to shovel my driveway, and then you literally get 2 minutes down the road, and it's like nothing happened.
That's what he was saying. He was like, he's like, it sucks because like in some of our crazy winters, they'll have school delayed, and like my roads are perfectly fine. And then like a week from now, I've got like 1.5 feet of snow, and he's got like a little Prius car because he does a lot of commuting. And he's like, I can't get out, can't get my kids to school. And they're like, nope, it's a normal school day. And so he's like, because it's so different from like literally street to street to street.
And as you get to know people in Arlington, ask them about the great snowstorm of 2008, where we got 3. That's when I was living in Crown Ridge in Arlington then, and we got 3.5 feet like overnight.
Goodness gracious!
It was nuts, but Marysville didn't get any of that. So we're doing it again. We start talking about local stuff.
Yeah. What's up, Demon Hawk? How you doing?
Cole's gonna show up and.
What's up, mine and both of them?
I wanted to.
Where's Crafty Booted? How you doing?
I wanted to meet up with Demon Hawk tonight, but I was just too tired to go out. So we're gonna hook it up tomorrow night.
Nice.
Because he's just 15 minutes down the road.
That's awesome. Everywhere you go, someone's just 15 minutes away.
Yep.
You don't know if it's a good person, but there's someone 15.
Oh, I don't have my earbud in, so I didn't know that I got my text.
Marysville does not have a nuclear plant.
Oh, snap, dude. Is that cool? Hell yeah, dude. That's dope. I dig your style, dude.
Cole Holygol.
Cole Holyoke, man, did you guys see? They got clips of it all over the internet right now, but the Beavis and Butthead SNL sketch with Ryan Gosling.
I haven't watched it yet, but I've seen like I saw a short of part of it, and I was like, I think I should watch that.
Keaton Thompson's like, this man's got an alter ego named Cornholio. Yeah, it'll make you snicker.
That's good.
Demon Alex just standing there. I'm ready.
How much longer till Blade show?
Less than 2 months.
I was gonna say pretty
I think it's
close.
6th, 7th, and 8th of June.
Yeah. I wanted to get out to Atlanta so bad this year, but
7th, 8th, 9th.
okay.
So yeah, about 3 weeks for 6 weeks.
Yeah. I wanted to get out to Atlanta so bad this year, but I'm not going to make it. So I'm going to do Salt Lake City again. I think we have too much. I think that's going to be a hard one for me to make almost every year just because there's so much family stuff that goes on in like June and July. And I'm either going to have to convince my family that I need to not do a family trip so I can go to Blade show, or convince my family to go to Atlanta so I can just go to Blade show while I'm there.
It couldn't be at a more inconvenient time for me, work-wise. I still do it.
Yeah.
Kyle, someone said you might go to Blade this year. What's up with that?
Also, Kyle, do you have any inside knowledge on where someone might find a good older Wicked Edge for $200 or less?
You talk to Tactical Terry. I think he might have one.
Okay.
Or Kyle, but I could be wrong, Kyle, but I thought I heard someone.
Negative. Someone is a liar.
Bushcraft, are you showcasing? Do you have a table?
That's what I was going to ask, because Bushcraft said he was getting ready for Blade show.
Oh no, he's riding his freaking damn bike there.
Oh yeah, he's doing the bike trips. He's bike packing on his way there. So getting ready for Blade show might be just literally training. That's going to be fun. Man, I kind of envy that. That is going to be awesome.
You're a savage, bro.
Yeah, that's pretty sweet.
Oh, Josh, you are? Nice.
That's cool. You will probably be the person who has traveled the farthest and is not showing, because there's going to be a lot of vendors there who are from like China and stuff, but you might still be further from Australia though. New Zealand, Australia, New Zealand.
Right, yeah. And Todd, you're going, right, Todd? Oh, well, he's saying hopefully you guys have good, I mean, it's always pretty decent weather.
I am open to suggestions, Kyle. I was told by someone else to get a Wicked Edge because they're fairly nice to get started on and learn. But I was looking at the WorkSharp Pro Sharpener with the one that you can set your edge and you just do one side at a time, because I'm not going to be doing it for business. I don't need two blades going at the same time or anything like that. So I was just going to look at that one at first. And then someone was like, you should get a Wicked Edge. But
also, I take it back. I think Terry's is a KME.
Okay. Again, someone is a liar. Sounds good. What is up, Loot? Hey,
Lou?
Loot, check it out. I got a knife I wanted to show you. This was designed by some dude in Texas. It's pretty cool.
Some dude named Loon.
Some loon in Texas.
Loon 12 Tex.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out to Lou, man. New breed.
I think it's called the Big Hoof from Heaven. Boom.
I didn't get a chance to post it today, but I was carrying that over the weekend, and I took a short of it, and it didn't originally, but the acoustics that the Clydesdale has created, or like over time, because it's already been a pretty big user for me. The ting that it's got on it now, whether it's I don't know, I don't have any other knives that have a real loud ring with a front flipper on it. And dude, every time it's got just an audible ting, and I love it. I absolutely the Clydesdale has broken. It was great out of the box, and it's just gotten better over time.
Have you
this
seen
year?
I don't have the ting when I front flip, but when I do like a reverse flick, I get that ting, and it sounds so good. But have you seen the custom one that Loot had done with oh man, that thing is fire. I really liked that one. I was debating, can I take my scales off, put them in a little vise, and then just take a brushed grinder over the top of it to create that pattern myself, and then maybe sand it down so it's smooth. And then I was like, what could I do? But I don't want to screw it up. So I was thinking if Loot has more, I might save up and get a second one and then try and customize one, because that looks so good.
Here, can I share my screen?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right. See if it'll come through here. That noise every time. Is it coming through?
Yeah, I could hear it.
The front flip, it's harder to hear at the beginning, but there it is. That noise, I love it when a knife does that. And it's, yeah. Nice job, Loot.
Every time a knife has a ting to it, an angel gets its wings. Yeah, that was a really, really nice. Well done on that one for sure. So I've got my gavel upstairs. I've been carrying that one as my secondary knife at work quite a bit.
That's a knife I just keep forgetting that it's been in my save laters. I'm getting the gavel for sure. I love everything about it. Adam Stiff D-Tip picked it up, and I loved it.
It's one of the best low profile flippers that I've seen in a long time.
No, Kyle, I did not see yours. Is it on Insta? And I think Zach just got one too. Zach Stove. Let's see. Did you post it on Insta, Kyle? Let's see here. Kyle, oh, there it is. I just sent it. Oh, wow. Is that like a topo? Are those new scales completely? Or did someone do some topo to it?
What's up, Nathan?
Either way, that's dope, dude.
Yeah.
Very nice, Kyle. Yeah, Lou, and I love I like it when knives come kind of like a blank slate like that. They look good as is, but then you can do so much with them. And I love seeing all the different things that people have done to their Clydesdales.
I think talking to Lou about it a little bit too. I think that's why he designed it the way he did. Like it's a very unique but cool knife that draws in a lot of people, but made it a blank canvas on purpose to give people something to like customize. And yeah, I think he hit something on the mark there with doing that.
Yep.
But,
and I mean, I think people.
Yeah.
It wasn't until more people started getting them out there, and I think that it finally got. You're sold out of that, right? Are they all gone, Lou? But I knew that was a knife that once more people started to see him out there, that people are going to love it.
I think people see what you can do with it. Just got Blems left.
Just got Blems left? Nice, dude.
I think people see what you can do with it, and then they're inspired. Like, oh, I could do something else, or I could do this, or I could do that.
Yep. Yeah, no, I had mine all of a week before I sent it to Terry. Oh, nice, Twang thing. Did you see Twang's?
No.
Comment?
Dang. That is awesome.
Pedro!
That's very nice, Twang.
Yeah, dude, I don't know anything about guitars, but I'm assuming that's a hell of a find.
It's a very hell of a find.
And you sound excited about it, so.
Yeah.
Oh, just the tip. What's up, dude? No, I did not see that.
Yeah, Nathan dropped in. Twang, was it the Sun? I'm assuming it was the Sunburst HD 28. Because there's a D28, I believe, and then there's the HD 28. The HD is the Sunburst. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Correct him.
No, Kyle, it's an accordion. Man, those Martin Sunbursts are beautiful. The 1935, though, that's like depending upon the condition, that's like anywhere from like $3,500 to like $6,000 guitar. That is awesome. Oh, Kyle.
Oh, Kyle.
The Sunburst shade top. Okay. I've got a Martin, but I don't have a 1935 Martin. I've got a 2008 Spring Series. It's a limited cedar back one. It's pretty nice. I like it a lot. It has a really good sound to it. That's one thing that I wanted to do more of, is get back into playing more. Like, I've been spending more time listening to music on my drive, and so I've been like coming up with songs that I want to learn. So I'll like have a list. The 1935 refers to the shade top. Okay. Thank you very much, Twang.
I'm not seeing your Clydesdale.
Are you looking for the one on Instagram?
No, I guess I am just looking on YouTube right now. I will find it.
Luke's got a couple knives for sale too. If anyone's interested, Kaiser Yorkie titanium NS35 for $70. Kaiser Quail titanium NS35 for $90. FRS Elder titanium dark blue matter carbon, an M390 for $325, and the Mash 2.5 titanium in 124 cm for $110.
Oh, that's a good deal.
Yeah. That's shipped to your door.
To my door? If someone buys it, you're going to ship it to my door?
Anyone who wants to buy it, you can buy it and they'll ship it to Stevie's door. Yes.
Hell yeah.
It's a picture profile, my lady and I.
Man, I am. Until Ethan gets his situation figured out, he's having all his knives sent to me.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah.
Kathleen, I used to teach guitar in college. That's how I paid like rent in college. I paid rent in college by teaching guitar and playing poker.
No kidding.
Yeah, so I played poker in college, and that's how I would pay rent. My roommates would always like laugh because they'd be like, "You're not gonna have rent this month," and I'm like, "No, I will." And I would always have rent and more to give to them. And so there was one month where I was in a tournament and I used my rent money to enter into the tournament. It was a Best of the West tournament. And I let the guy who like took everyone's rent know. I was like, "Hey, I'm going to need you to cover me this month. I'm using my rent money to enter into this tournament, but I think I'm going to be good next month." And he was like, "Okay." And so he covered me that month. And then next month I paid him the 2 months, the back month, and then the up month, because I ended up taking second in the tournament. And I turned my $400 tournament like entry into like $7,000. I was pretty stoked.
I'm always learning new things about you.
It's my wife used to say that, like, because I'm only 34. I turned 34 this year. My wife used to be like,
"Blew my mind too."
Yeah, my wife's like, "You're 34. You've had 2 careers, and you've lived the life of like a 70-year-old man."
Yeah.
And I was like, "Yeah, I grew up with a dad who told me to send it and just always be going like as fast as I can. I live 8 days a week, and so."
Oh, that's for sure.
It's going to catch up with me eventually. I mean, it already is catching up with me pretty bad. My body's beat to heck. But
what up, Shane?
Still, some crazy stories.
Yeah. That's cool. You you put yourself to college?
What?
That's how Pedro put himself through college.
Yeah, exactly.
There's a lot of musicians, though.
Here's the thing, Kyle. I just don't eat snacks when I play poker, and then I'm not giggly. Did you see Carco?
I could turn pretty fast. And he still didn't pass, Pedro. What up, Bama? Also, for those of you that might not have known, wish Shane Eddie American a happy belated birthday. It was his birthday yesterday.
Okay. Thank you, Luke. I'm gonna show. This is Nathan's Clydesdale. I have to add it to the stage. Now everyone can see it.
Holy shnikes.
Dude, he does some really fire stuff.
Yeah, I've seen the stuff that you've got done. Wow, that
That purple is so good.
it's like it pops in different lighting.
Yeah.
That's really good, dude. That's really good, man. Props on that. I know the satin blade looks dope, but I did terry etched and stone washed mine, and I think it looks so gnarly with an etched blade.
Yeah.
Dude, that's really good, man.
That purple turned out really good.
Yeah, that purple is.
Especially with the black, because it's already got the black hardware with it. So that purple with the black and then that acid etched blade like that is really nice.
Yeah, dude, that's money, dude. Props on that.
Yeah.
Been scrubbing the hell off your forehead ever since.
I've been trying to get Nathan to come up on a live. It's hard for him, I know, because I'm pretty sure he works early mornings and has a crazy schedule, but I might try and do one of the things. I've got a list of like 5 or 6 people that I was going to reach out to do like the pre-recorded lives and then like cut and paste and make a video. Of like, here's the conversations, just getting to know people in the community. And I might just try and schedule a time to sit down with Nathan and go over questions and stuff. He also has like, correct me if I'm wrong, Nathan, but he has like cobras or pythons. I think pythons. He has pythons, like 7 or 8 python snakes that he collects. And they're I believe he has those on his Instagram too. But they're like exotic. They look awesome. They would freak the heck out of me, but they look awesome. I can appreciate them from a picture, but I would never actually touch them. I would be too freaked out.
Look at Todd outing Shane.
Baby ball pythons. Todd outing Shane.
Happy birthday. My middle name is Shane. Good idea, by the way. It blew my mind. Shane accidentally showed me a picture of his ID one time. Or I forget what I was helping him do I was helping him get monetized.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah. And he's talked about it. Shane's his middle name.
Shane's middle name.
Yeah.
We'll be back in a second. I gotta grab something to drink.
All right. Snakes, no, I'm out. I can't highlight comments. Steve's no longer on my StreamYard. He got his own business now, so I can't. My wife turned 60 today. Oh, hell, happy birthday to Miss Bama Ninja.
Yeah, happy birthday to Miss Bama Ninja. I saw that a second ago. I love older women. I was going to wait to see if Maddie showed up, but I think he's probably sleeping. So I'm just going to open this up.
Leroy Shane American Jr. Cole just woke up for that. That's the best comment all night.
No, it's a different link each week, but I can send you a link here in a second, Nathan.
Leroy Shane American Jr. Oh, that's a good one, dude. That's a good one, Cole.
Nathan, I just sent it.
It says a lot of sweet.
This is one I think Maddie has admitted he wants to take a look at. And so I wanted to
pass out on his couch, guaranteed. Oh, you got another one, huh? Oh, I know what this is going to be then.
Yeah.
Does it start with an R?
A D. Django.
Oh, it's the Django. I thought it was going to be the Ronin.
Yeah.
The Django.
Yeah.
Do you have them all?
What?
Do you have all Kunlus now?
No. There's well, all released ones. There's 2 pre-orders right now that I'm probably not gonna get. There's a pre-order for the first slip joint they've ever done called the Geezer.
Oh yeah.
I like it, but I'm probably not gonna get that one just because we put the limit on 6 knives this year. And so I don't want to, as much as I want to get and like continue collecting Kunlus, I don't want to waste my 6 knives on Kunlu knives. There's other knives that I'd like to get, but Kunlu does a crossbar so well.
They do. I gotta say, your Chad that I handled, man, was fabulous.
Yeah. Yeah, so there's the check it out.
Am I on here actually? Yeah. Is this
Yeah.
how this works?
Hey.
Oh,
This is how this works.
this is
up,
cool.
dude?
This is the first time I've ever done anything live. This is awesome.
Yeah.
And
What's up?
I'm only up because I made myself coffee a little too late in the day and I can't go to sleep. But yeah, I do technically wake up rather early for work, so it's fine. I'm fine. I'm working in town tomorrow, so I don't have to drive far, so I get to sleep in a little bit.
Nice. You're in California, right?
Yeah, unfortunately, California, the land of wonderful taxes, everybody getting wallet raped, you know.
Yeah. It's one thing that I was really excited to be out of. So I'm from California originally, but never had to like live there when I was working, and I'm happy for that because 14% income tax is not fun.
You were in Arizona for a little bit, weren't you?
I was last year. We were in Arizona, and then we moved up to Washington.
Oh, okay. I've never been up to Washington. I always see pictures and stuff. Is it as beautiful as it looks in all the pictures?
It's amazing.
Yeah.
It's literally one of the best places, and I say that, and I live here, but it is literally like this part of the country. This time of year that we're coming into, springtime, is literally like the most beautiful place in the country.
Gorgeous.
So cool.
It's
I'm over LA. I'm over the beaches or the deserts and stuff.
You're in
I want-
SoCal?
Yeah. So I'm in the Antelope Valley area. It's considered high desert.
No.
Yeah, it's pretty arid, and I mean it's dry. It's a desert. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, this was the Clydesdale right here. I did this for a subscriber, and he was telling me that. Well, so this is a subscriber that he was very early on when I started making videos. And I mean, you guys see my channel. I don't have a whole lot of subscribers because my content's kind of inconsistent. It's all over the place. But he's always been a pretty chill guy. And he had made a comment like the middle of last year almost. He said that he was going to be getting some cool stuff in. The videos haven't been posted yet, but he sent me a Factor. Actually, let me pull it out right now. And this thing, like, I'm honestly a little scared to hold it because of how.
Oh, the Winter Blade?
Yeah. So he sent me a Factor with all the goodies and stuff. And this thing is so far off from anything I've ever handled when it comes to the locking mechanism. It's just so weird feeling. Have you guys handled Factors before?
Yeah.
Yeah.
This was my first time
crazy.
handling this thing. Look, it even has there's the fancy pocket clip.
Oh, wow.
And it's like this purple, has a carbon fiber little thing in the back here, and it's just it has a ting to it, and it's just so odd. It's a sensation like I've never felt before.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's got a very distinct, like, if it was off camera and you deployed that, I'd be like, oh, you got the factor.
Yeah. Yeah, this thing is pretty sweet. But yeah, he told me he sent this to me just for content purposes. Of course, he didn't want me doing anything to it, which I'd understand. I wouldn't do anything to it. It looks beautiful as it is.
Yeah. No, that's a knife that when they did their third batch, I looked at jumping in on the pre-order, but I was like, I don't like the way it looks. I want it because it's a magnetic knife, and I don't have a magnetic knife.
It is very weird looking. In the unboxing video, I do mention that it looks like an item that would be very dense, even though it's kind of on the smaller size. But it's actually really light for what it is. So it's a small looking, and it is actually light. I'm used to things that look like that. They look a little futuristic and intricate looking, to actually be a little bit more on the dense side. But no, there's so much weight relieving with all the different materials that they're using there. It's really cool.
Yeah. Hey, how did you get that deep purple on the Clydesdale?
Yeah, dude. I really don't think I've seen a purple like that.
So this was a little difficult to achieve. I actually have a full video of me customizing it, and it's supposed to be a what is it called when you make a thumbnail to like attract people?
Yeah.
I forgot what it's called, but just to like grab people's attention. I said that I fucked up a subscriber's knife.
Are you doing clickbait?
Yeah, clickbait. Yeah, I did a clickbaity looking thumbnail, and I hope to get a good bit of people to view it, because I tend to have a lot of people asking me, how do you do that? How do you do this? Show us how you do that. And when I make the content, they're the videos that have the least amount of views.
And how it goes, man.
It's like, all right, well, I'm making the content that the people are asking me for, and then I don't get the views. So, but back to how I got the color. So this was the knife that my subscriber saw, and he's like, I want you to do a look like this. Sorry, it's just so weird with my camera. If I hold it with my other hand. So I'm using my phone here, obviously, but this is the Montecala Knives Assault Team 1, and a lot of things have happened to it. Flipper delete, acid stonewash, a very aggressive edge, and the semi-polished high voltage blurple. So on the anodizing spectrum, there's low voltage blurple, which is something you see a lot of Lynch Northwest. When they do their blurple, there is usually low voltage, and it's more blue than it is purple. High voltage is more purple than it is blue. So it's a little flashier. Not too many people like it, which is understandable. Not everybody wants a purple or a pink knife. Mm-hmm. But basically, I throw it into the Winx Rust Remover. I get it to the point where it eats away all the way down to the bare titanium, where it removes all the finish. And then I just take some wet sandpaper, 2000 grit specifically, and I just give it some time, and just polish it up a little bit. I don't go too crazy on it, but that's it. That's my process.
The only other one, or the only other people I've seen that come kind of close like that, Ferrum Forge. They do a pretty nice looking purple as well.
With Ferrum Forge, what's really cool is that they have actual tumblers that they go and put their titanium scales in. So you get these little nicks and scratches all over it that kind of like glisten in the sun, similar to how We Knife Co does. Yeah. Really cool. But I don't have that kind of skill yet, or those kind of, I guess, tools. I'm very limited to what I have, but as you can see, I'm having a good time doing this.
Yeah, hey man, it's looking dope.
I think
Uh,
because nobody else is doing it, that's why it's so catching.
Right.
Though, like nobody else is doing that high voltage. But
Yeah.
can you show it off again?
Yeah. Am I
Maybe
able
hard
to
to see
flip
it.
around my camera? Can I do that? Camera? Oh no, wait. I can't flip it around, can I? No.
I don't think you can.
Yeah, no, you absolutely can. There should be the button.
It says more. Cam.
Turn your phone landscape. Do you see it now?
No. I see where it says mic, cam, chat, and
Yeah,
then
hey Cam.
this cam. It just turns my camera off.
Oh, okay, my bad.
It's fine. I'll show it off again. So let's see if I get it.
I'm gonna make you big real quick so everyone can see it.
Oh, cool. And some decent light here.
Yeah, dude.
Don't
That
mind
is
my
great.
cracked out storage unit of the garage behind me. So.
Dude, that's nothing. You should see my garage. That's why I have these curtains up.
No, man, I give you big props on that. That looks gorgeous.
Yeah.
It's that type of stuff that makes me like purple.
Yeah. Same
And-
here.
I was messing around with some colors and I did a pink bug out, but the sheen is like gold.
I was
So
gonna say that's your titanium one, isn't it?
It's very This is the one that I had on Blade Binge now.
Mhm.
I had this up on Blade Binge for like 5 months. This was a crazy crackhead full titanium, just quest of a build. So it has all Flightanium hardware, including the actual access lock, Lynch Northwest deep carry pocket clip. It has a DNA lasering titanium half-length back spacer, the radar scales as well from Flightanium. This whole thing is fully customized and fully, it's just full titanium. The only piece of hardware that is still factory are really just the liners themselves, but I'm pretty sure I acid stonewash them as well.
Hey, Steven, you know, DNA lasering's 15 minutes down the road too.
I was gonna say DNA lasering. I actually have one of their cards just right here.
Yeah,
Yeah, I got this one. So I used to have an Etsy account, but I shut it all down because someone got a hold of my information and bought some like oil fragrances using my information as like a test purchase. I'm
Mhm.
glad I got it in time, because I got a notification on my PayPal saying, "Hey, here's your receipt for this and other fragrance," and I'm like, "Well, I didn't buy anything. I've only purchased like knife parts off of Etsy." So I go on there, and yeah, it was really sketchy. So I shut it all down. But that was around the time where I got a lot of like Metin Boss stuff and things like a lasering. But now I just stick to just trustworthy online retailers and Blade Binge, of course.
a DNA. He also sells through his website too.
Yeah.
I do gotta check them out and start getting into other stuff. I want to see what other things they have that I could add to my collection, because I've had to sell a lot of stuff. So believe it or not, this hobby paid for our wedding that we had just in early March.
That's
And
awesome.
Congrats on that. Man, that's cool.
Thank you. I'm a happily married man now. At least that's what I'm saying for now. But so I'm still kind of new to how when it comes to taxes, what I can and can't use for the purpose of I guess writing things off. And
No hookers and blow.
so
Hookers and blow.
what I did was my father-in-law has a tax buddy who helped me to itemize everything that I have, my lights, my laptop, anything from sandpaper to basic PPE. I didn't write off any knives or anything like that because I thought that was that was a little too complicated. You know, if I'm buying a knife, writing it off, and then selling it, it's like I'm double dipping in a way, and I didn't want to get into any trouble like that. You know what I mean? So I did stuff that makes sense. And yeah, I mean that the tax return came through the day of the wedding and paid for freaking everything. I was just like, hell yeah. So that was awesome.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah,
cool.
Definitely was. But next year, well, now I'm actually going to start keeping track of the stuff that I spend. A lot of the things I get in from Amazon. So I have e-receipts of these kinds of things. So if there's ever any kind of holdup when it comes to taxes, I'll have proof of my purchases. And I'm now a small business owner.
That's awesome.
Yeah. But let me show you guys my my snakes. I'm gonna go inside the house real quick. You guys are
Yes,
cool.
please do. Maybe we didn't hit 10,000, but we got an extra 10.
Is that what the stream is at right now?
No, Stevie said he would eat a pickle if I got 10,000 subscribers tonight.
Oh wow.
There's no way it's happening. That's why he said that.
All right, let's see.
I'll be right back.
I turn my camera around, but yeah.
How many snakes do you have now?
I have 5.
Okay.
One unfortunately passed because he was really stubborn when it came to eating. He had this bad habit of flipping over his water bowl, so he literally starved himself and dehydrated and then just died.
Oh, that sucks.
It was like $300 just down the drain within a month.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, and he was one of the more affordable ones. So
that's not affordable.
I mean, just like so like I heard you guys talking about guitars and other instruments and things like that. Like that's very foreign to me.
Yeah, I guess that's true. Everyone has their hobby.
Everybody has their thing. Like when I was in high school, I actually ran an eBay shop where I sold rare succulents and cactus. So I would buy hundreds of dollars worth of plants and bring them into the US with phytosanitary reports, grow them up for a little bit, and then sell them here in the US. So
that's insane, man. You were doing that in high school?
I was doing that in high school. Believe it or not, if I kept doing that, I'd probably like own a freaking house by now because I made good money doing that. And I had a job at the same time and I was putting myself through high school.
That's insane.
Yeah, so I mean, I have a lot of hobbies, and really the knife hobby is one of the oddballs out because all the stuff that I do is just plants and animals. Like it's my main passion. One of the girls right here, her name is Bessie. She's kind of hiding her face. They're very food motivated, so they can get a little snappy, but once you get them out of their little enclosure, they're chill. They don't try to run away. They don't really care to do anything. They just kind of sit there.
How often do you get bit?
It's very rare.
Okay.
It's very, very rare. But the thing that sucks about getting bit by most reptiles, whether it's like lizards, snakes, whatever, they have a natural blood thinner in their saliva.
Mm-hmm.
So bites look a lot worse than they actually are. So when you guys see people getting bit on the news or from like a TikTok video and there's a bunch of blood everywhere, the bite probably isn't that bad. It's just the natural blood thinner within their saliva.
Because it's thinning the blood, it's bleeding out more than normal.
Yeah, so that's a natural thing that was, I suppose, an adaptation over time. So that's one of the girls. I have a all white male, and he thinks he's gonna get fed, so I have I have to like poke him with a little stick to show like, hey, it's not food. Like, don't bite me. But they think they're gonna get fed all the time. They're very food motivated snakes.
That's crazy.
It sounds like our friend Mattisfaction.
Food motivated.
He's very food motivated too.
So
Before you do a live with Maddie, you just got to poke him and let him know, like, hey, you're not getting any food right now.
So this all white male, his name is Jon Snow from
Game of Thrones.
Game of Thrones, yeah. And he actually has a mating partner for the future when they get a little bit larger, named Egret. She's
Egret?
beautiful.
Yeah.
She's black and orange. She's really cool. But this dude,
You know, that's his real life wife. That's Harrington's real life wife.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
this snake got lost in my house for like 2 months.
No way.
You just couldn't
No
find
way.
that.
He got out of his bin, and mind you, I have a cat and 2 small dogs, and they never gave any sort of signs that there was something weird roaming around the house. And my wife was, I guess she was just about to take a shower, and I heard her scream. And she's not afraid of the snakes. I just think it caught her off guard. And you're not expecting to see, I mean, this is a small snake. This is a very small snake. But you're not expecting to see a snake right on the ledge of a bathtub. He was all dehydrated and skinny. His eyes were bulging out. His dorsal spine was very prominent. And, I was like, oh shit! So I literally put him into a big tub of water. He immediately started just drowning himself because he was so dehydrated. And he ate that same night. So even though he was probably under a lot of stress and really scared, he ate well. He drank a lot of water, and the next day, I swear to God, he was like double the size.
That's insane.
Yeah. So the one that ended up passing, I purchased to replace that white one, Jon Snow, because I wanted to have breeding pairs. I have 2 males and 2 females.
That's kind of crazy to me to think that and to see that. I never would have. Yeah, I mean, I'm looking at like the comments on the side here too. Josh Branson says his son's got 4 snakes, and
This is another male right here.
and then they just got a bearded dragon as well. That's the male or the female?
This is another male.
Another male.
Yeah.
I like the coloring on that one.
Yeah. What's cool about this one is that they have this, I forget the proper term, but his pattern isn't going to stay exactly the same. The older he gets, he'll get more of these little like black marks all over him. Within the, I guess, reptile hobby, this is called the banana. And kind of like a ripening banana, they get like those dark marks, and then they get moldy and gross. But that's essentially how they called this this color pattern, banana. He's mixed with other stuff too, but that's the main part of it. So that one's really cool. He was very stubborn. That one that I just showed you, he was very stubborn when it came to eating. He stayed the smallest. He refused to eat. He was also flipping over his water bowl. And I have heavier ceramic bowls, and they would still do whatever they can to flip him over because they're just stupid, I guess.
That's insane.
Yeah, they stay very well. I check up on them at least every other day, making sure that their humidity is good. They have clean water, no shed, no poop inside their little bins. And yeah, I mean, I stay on top of these guys. It's just something else to keep me busy. And this is the last girl. This is Egret. So
Egret.
The browns are kind of a little faded right now because I think in another week or so she's going to be shedding. But when she's freshly shed, the brown markings are like almost black, and they have like an iridescence to them. It's beautiful.
That's cool.
But yeah, so yeah, this is the last girl. She's She's the thickest one. She's a thick girl.
Cool.
Yeah, so that's about it for these guys. And
Nice. That's quite the eclectic hobbies you got there.
yeah, and it's dark outside. I can't really show you guys like my plants and stuff, but when I was in high school, I used to collect a lot of aloe plants, and I used to hybridize. So I would make new world's firsts. But
Really?
unfortunately, what happened with my years of experimenting with all these aloe varieties, like I wanted one plant that was really tall, but this one has really cool looking teeth. I want to mix them. One has pink flowers, one has multicolored flowers. I wanted different traits and things like that. So I was mixing and hybridizing. And at the time I was living with my mom in Simi Valley, and it's very windy over there. One day we got like just the most disgusting winds that came through and destroyed my greenhouses. And I lost basically like 4 years worth of progress.
Dang.
So I imagine like all these tiny little plantlets that were just barely getting like their coloring, everything now just mixed up into the grass, and like all the plant names, this crossed with that, all over, all the little name tags just scattered all over the yard. It was it freaking sucked, but I could say that I know a little bit about that as well. But
cool.
that was just this is another little thing to keep me busy when it gets a little too hot and I don't want to be inside the house. I'll be in the backyard repotting stuff or cleaning up some plants.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Drinkwater asked a little bit ago if I had a Ronin. I didn't know which one he was talking about, but I have this Ronin, and then I've got
you have
the
the
EMP EDC Ronin. Yeah.
I don't have any of these.
right through the past round.
What was that?
You won the EMP EDC through the pass round, right?
Yeah, it was lefties pass around, and
Yeah.
I won that one through the pass around. So that one I was pretty stoked about that one. So I'll probably keep that one.
You won it? You can
Yeah.
win in the pass around?
Not always, but sometimes like the designers will be like, "Hey, pass this around," and then give it away to one of the people who review it.
Oh, damn, that's cool.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, that's
I
how
won
I
that
got.
one through the pass one.
That's how I had got the Wraith. Wraith?
I think it's Wrath.
Tuya?
The Tuya
Yeah.
Wraith?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Is it the Tanto one or the regular?
It was the Tanto one, yeah.
Now the other one, do you guys think is a drop point or is it a straight back? Because it kind of looks like a straight back to me. The other one.
It is more of a straight back,
Classified as a drop point.
but they classify it as a drop point, but it's more of a straight back.
Mhm. That's why, I mean, sometimes I'll see a maker that'll say like something that they designed is a Warncliffe, when I would look at it and I'm like, that's a sheep's foot.
Right.
Sometimes people will say that something is a harpoon when I'm like, or so they'll say it's a spear tip, and I'm like, nah, it's more of a drop point because you don't really have a spear on it or anything. It's just there's no real major drop to it either.
This dude right here, like you guys would call this a spear tip, or right? For the most part,
I call that as more of a spear point, personally.
Okay.
I would say it's a spear point.
But people are going to call that a drop point, probably.
Yeah. And then I have the Scout 3.5. This is more of a drop point, right? It's really tall.
Yeah.
I would say that's a drop point for sure. Yes.
Okay. And then this, the Mighty Moose Knuckle, this freaking thing.
Mhm.
Yeah. Dude, this Padre is actually very useful in the workplace.
It's so nice.
That thing is so cool. I don't know. I think, Steven, it might have been you or somebody else told me that they might be making mini ones.
Yeah, they're they're making a mini, and then they also just did a fixed blade of the Pulsar, and they haven't released it. They haven't released it. They have like 2 or 3 that are getting passed around right now. But this is the Pulsar.
Yeah.
And so they did a fixed blade version of this one. It's also one of the most like useful designs of theirs, which is pretty cool. But they just did a fixed blade of that one, and Stevie was asking earlier which of the Kunwus I don't have, and I don't have the Geezer, the fixed blade, or they have the Black Sheep that's coming out later this year, which is basically their S-Tau version. They just put a different they just changed it up. It's like an S-Tau 2.0.
Like the melon peel.
Yeah.
Melon peel. That's so weird.
Yeah. Basically like a thicker orange peel, and then it's all blacked out DLC.
How do you guys think they get that finish? Because I watched like an old ass video of Stasa 23 Knife Therapy when he did an orange peel and he was using a wire wheel.
Mm-hmm.
How do you think they get that melon texture?
I have no idea. They have some of the best texture in.
Because if that is truly milled in and as organic as that looks, I wonder how much that's gonna cost. Because that's a lot of micro milling time.
The pre-order for it I think was like $239 or $240 or something like that. No, Kunwu does really good on their prices. There's people who like, so this is the black DLC, all the REC exclusive one.
Yeah.
And there were 139 of these. There was originally just 100, and then they oversold. Yeah, they oversold. The website oversold.
Yeah.
So then they made an additional 39, and they didn't go in order. So they just handed them out by whoever came next. I wanted either like single digits, or I wanted 139 of 139 because I thought that would be cool. I got 137 of 139, so I was close. I was so close. But there's people who are selling it. This was, I want to say this was like $350 or something like that. There's people who are selling them for north of $700 on eBay, and they were selling.
That is crazy.
People were selling them for that. Were people buying them for that?
Yep.
What?
There were 3. There were like 2 that were bought.
Of these. There's like 2 or 3 of these on Blade Binge, and one dude was like $300 for one of them, and I'm like, what the hell?
No,
what was that one?
That's the Asher.
Asher S90 and Silver Twill.
I wanted that so bad. I saw your video like a week ago of that, and I was so jealous because that's the one that Kunwu, or no, that's the one Shieldon made.
No. It's actually Petrified Fish. I made a mistake, and I tried to correct it in the description of the video that I made. I misspoke, and I was just apologizing for that because I misspoke and I thought it was Shieldon. Somebody in a comment somewhere else, and I just kind of got mixed up in my brain. But I talked to Asher Knives on one of their recent posts about this knife, and I said, "Hey, just want to make sure who makes this," and they said that it was Petrified Fish. Okay. And I'm like, "All right, Petrified Fish. This is solid. This is freaking awesome." Now the pivot does not feel as refined as other things. I still genuinely believe that the average Kubi or Civivi or Sencut is a little bit more refined within the pivot, but it's still pretty darn good for the money. It really is. My only thing is that it has the wire clip, and while I love it for its functionality, and you can't really go wrong with the wire clip, but it just feels kind of chintzy. It almost feels like it doesn't belong on this knife because the blade is incredible.
It said that shouldn't have a wire clip on it.
It's S90
Northwest spider clip.
It's heat treated well. I've sharpened it already, and it feels hard. It sounds hard. It feels good. It feels like other S90V that I've had before, even similar to the ones from Spyderco. I don't know exactly what their HRC is on it because they don't have it on the website, unfortunately. But I think Astro Knives had made a statement that they're going to start updating when they make new models and start putting that kind of stuff, because this is
Justin said he's going to try to be more transparent these days.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's really important. Like it's cool if you get what's all the rage right now, Magna Cut. This 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 Scout 3.5 is a Magna Cut, but whoop-de-doo if it's below 60, right?
Yeah,
it's not good. It's not going to perform how it's supposed to be. Now that is really thick geometry there, but on a thin knife like this, thin stock, thin behind the edge, the blade shape, of course, is incredible. This is very impressive coming from Petrified Fish. This is really nice. But maybe an extra wire pocket clip for an extra $5. I would have been down for that. I would have added into my cart, even though I've never bent out or ruined a wire pocket clip ever. I would have still bought an extra one just in case. So having that option, it would have been nice.
You have to be careful on Blade Binge. I agree with Paul. There's too many people that jump to Blade Binge. Like I saw someone the other day who had a knife on Blade Binge. I'm trying to remember what the knife was, but I went to the website and searched, and I was like, hey, this thing is still new for the same price that you're asking for, or $10 less than what he was asking for it. So the dude was asking for a used knife. He was asking $10 more than what you could get it for brand new on Blade HQ. And I was like, I forget what the knife was, but I was like, it was like a $400 knife, and he was asking $415. And his justification was, Blade Binge is going to take some of the money, and I want to get this much out of it. So I was like, well, sorry. Like, if you're going to sell on that market, then you need to understand it's going to come from your profit. You can't mark it up and say, well, I want to get my money from you still.
Yeah. So how I was able to afford this guy, this was after taxes $370. That's a good chunk of money, but this is also a really good chunk of knife right here. Mm-hmm. I sold all my my Devo Buzz stuff with the rare knurled scales and the premium backspacer. Mm-hmm. It was sharpened a couple times. It was a used knife, but I think I sold it off for, what was it, like $420 or $430, and about 50
one of my favorite carried
$50 went to Blade Binge in combination with like $10 for shipping. Yeah. So yeah, no, you're completely right. If you're gonna be selling on Blade Binge, you have to expect to get comfortably probably like 70%. If it's in really good condition, if you're lucky and it's a very sought after model, I mean, you might be able to get like 85, maybe 90% of what you spent on it if you just leave it in the box. You don't even look at the knife. You leave it in the box. Yeah. And, because no one, I mean, you're right. No one's going to pay more than if they can get it somewhere else, or maybe just be patient. Like, so, look at when Kunwu did the first Kunwu that I ever checked out was the reverse tux Chad in the PM60. I reprofiled that blade. I sharpened it. It was the hardest.
Isn't that like
it had the most insane hardness that I've ever experienced. Yeah. It was a wonderful knife. The only thing that kept it from staying in the collection was the Omega springs. I prefer something a little stiffer, and I've heard that they have improved on that.
I thought the one that I handled of yours, Steven, I thought that Chad was like money.
So they have Kunwu has stronger springs that they sent with some of their previous models, and so I put their stronger springs in that one because like this is some of their original springs in this Tau, or the X Tau, and it's so light. It is very light. So like in the Chad that you had, Stevie, I put some of their stronger springs in, and it feels really good, and it's smooth. It's like a consistent open and close, which
and
is
hearing
really
that
nice.
it makes me want to get something else, a crossbar locking knife from Kunwu, but I just have that in the back of my head, that previous experience. But like I was saying about that PM60 Chad, they had made posts saying that they're going to make it one time and that's it, because the blade material is really hard to get, it's hard to work on, and then they just dropped a bunch of them on DLT trading not too long ago.
Yeah, they said they were only going to do it once because they originally were going to make like 300, and out of the 300 they had like 80 blades like crack or have imperfections because it was so hard to work with, and they kept telling people like, we're pushing this back and apologizing. And then everyone loved the Chad so much, now they have the Giga Chad that they're releasing, which is like, it's a full-on Timascus scales, mirror polish, DLC. It is crazy. Then they've got the regular Chad because people wanted that to go through. I want them to go back to start doing stuff like this again. Like, this is the Zen that they made, and this thing is just like some of the angles that they have in it, and some of the ergos for it. It's just designed so well. This is the compact version, and then they've got the larger.
There's one of them that I've been eyeing, but I think it's already discontinued. It's the Orion 3 or 2 or something like that. It's not the one with the really upswept blade. It's a little bit more. I saw Metal Complex review it maybe like a year ago, and I thought it was a beautiful blade shape. Yeah, that one. Is that a 2 or a 3? I forget which.
It's the same. So they've got the Orion 2, and then the only difference between the 2 and the 3 was the 3 they did like Timascus for the clip and collar and stuff like that, and then they changed the blade steel, I think. But the original Orion, the Orion 2 and Orion 3, all the same blade shape, all the same. Like, it's the same knife. They just updated little things here and there throughout making them and stuff. But it's the same knife as they go through. This is the 2 right here. The original Orion was their first knife that they did, and I have that one as well, but that's not here with me right now.
Okay, yeah, that's the one that I had just been eyeing for a while, and I just never pulled the trigger on it. I'm like, if it ever pops up again, maybe we'll see if the funds are around and the stars align. So,
yeah, man, I've got almost every Kunwu.
Oh, jeez.
I started following them on Kickstarter, and then I just bought like every time Kunwu came out. Yes, Kyle. Work knife balance is the Paul Wang for Kunwu.
Do you have the is it the mini where it's like a tiny one?
Yeah.
It's like microscopic. Oh my god. And what's funny is that thing looks like it's actually built really well for how small it is.
It is. It's a titanium M390 fifth pocket knife. It's like this big.
Yeah.
It's insane.
Like keychain knife, basically.
It is the most expensive keychain knife you will ever get. I think you can get them on their website for like $200. They were way less on the Kickstarter.
Yeah. I noticed those little guys were still available, but I'm like,
because they couldn't sell them. Because once people saw how big they were, on their Kickstarter, they did everything in millimeters. And so I was like, I'll get the original Tau and the mini Tau. That's perfect. Yeah, let me get both of them. And then the original came out, and then the mini came out, and I was like, what the hell is this tiny thing? And I was like, I should have done a conversion to see how big this was. I wouldn't want this.
Yeah.
No, it's pretty good.
Hey, I was gonna say on the Buzz, that is the so far the first and only knife that I had design input that got changed from the prototype to the production.
Really?
I got Kevin to put the forward jimping on it.
Nice.
Wow.
That's one of my
huge difference. I love that.
That's one of the things that I really like about it up here, because when literally I use this at work all the time for ripping apart like massive boxes that take like.
I was like, it's perfect. It just needs some jimping. And he's like, yeah, I don't know. It doesn't work in the back. I was like, push it forward. He's like, but that's a Vox thing.
Yeah,
I
watched.
I was like, it doesn't have to be.
Talking about the prototypes and everything. He's like, oh well, I wanna. I'm thinking about putting the forward jimping, but I don't want to step on anybody's toes or be called out. And it's jimping.
Right.
No, it's not like you're taking a whole silhouette.
Went back and forth with him, and then he was finally like, hey man, I talked to Colin. We're gonna put that forward jimping on there. And I'm taking credit for that. And he's like, by all means, dude. All right.
That was awesome. I love that. I hope that more people start doing that because I love extra jimping. This is a Senka Glide Strike, little customized as well, but this has jimping that I wish went a little bit further out. See how it's kind of like it's only halfway. It stops like right about there, but it could have gone a little further because I got slim fingers but large hands, and I always end up kind of overshooting that, so my thumb lands way past it. And this is comfortable for me when I'm doing a lot of push cutting.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know why companies are scared of doing a little extra more jimping.
I was gonna design a knife and just call it Devo's little brother.
Devo's little brother.
See if anyone sells. See if someone thinks it's a Devo knife, or call it like Donkey Kong and then just put like the DK in the pivot collar so when people see pictures they think it's a Devo.
Yeah. I like the pivot. I like how they do their pivots, whether it's the ones with was it enamel painting or the ones that are actually milled. I think it's a nice looking logo because they keep the blades and everything else pretty clean looking.
Yeah, I do like on some of the newer ones how they put the blade steel in the choil right here.
That's nice.
They don't do that. They didn't do that on some of their older ones, but some of the newer ones have it for sure, and I like that a lot. But cool.
I hate dude.
I was gonna say, I'm calling it quits here in a little bit. I gotta get up tomorrow morning too. Nathan, I think you're in the same time zone as us, so I think you're at 11 o'clock too, right?
Yeah, it's 11:13. My wife actually just got back home from the hospital right now.
Dang.
No, it's not that bad. She
okay.
Because of our health coverage right now, I guess a lot of the healthcare providers in this area changed who they accept and who they don't, and the list got narrowed down to basically no one. So now she has to go to the hospital for any little minor thing. She had like some weird leg cramp, and it's been bugging her for a little while, so she went to the hospital instead of the urgent care, you know.
That's how ours was a while ago too, because they only accept so many things, and then the providers get shrunken. So you're like, you can only go to these providers. But yeah, cool. All right, well, thanks for coming on, Nathan. Appreciate you. Appreciate you hanging out.
Thanks for having me on. This is pretty cool. I feel special doing this.
You got a lot to talk about, man. You should do lives. If you ever get
should.
Yeah, it's just I don't know. I have that. I love talking to people, but I could turn it on and off. I could be extrovert, introvert because of my work, and then of how I am with people in the community. Like, you guys are awesome. I love hearing you guys talk, and like, you guys actually listen, you know, which is nice. But maybe I will in the future. Just I still feel
you seem like an interesting cat, man. Got a lot of cool shit to talk about. So
even if you do like a live, instead of recording a 45-minute video while you're doing the custom stuff, do a live while you're doing the custom stuff and talk about it then too. Then it gives you something to talk about.
Then I'll get distracted and someone will watch me get electrocuted again at freaking
maybe don't do that
volts again. That sucked. My my left arm, like, I couldn't let go of that lead. I was like, oh crap. Like I accidentally I wasn't wearing gloves. I was holding on to the lead instead of the alligator clip, and I was dipping some scales, and I think I went a little too far in, and I touched something, and I just felt my whole hand like literally just squeeze harder than it's ever squeezed before. Like I don't even think I can squeeze that on my hand. I'm like, holy crap! I didn't get it on video, but that sucked. So
Yeah.
Well,
don't do that again. Cool.
Nice chatting with you.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you, everybody.
On, guys. You have a wonderful night.
Yeah, you as well. We'll catch y'all next week. All right.
Deuces.